Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Wildermyth, Monarchs Under the Mountain. As today, we just do some light cleanup. We've got green EgonAlter awaiting our attention, but before we get to that, we have to deal with this incursion, which honestly will burn itself out in short order. So it's really just the rebuilding. We need to make sure all these tiles are secure before we head into Chapter 3. Should just take a moment. Gloom Glass Bracelet. Plus stunned. Stunned. Well, obviously that would be most ideal on Nolan to proc his stun effect, but he's already got a pair of bracers. Valen's not going to see enough screen time, so I guess we'll toss that to Aaron. I mean, look, I will be using Valen in battles where appropriate. It's just, you know, obviously we have our main A team we want to focus on. Oh, nice. Incursion's out, and we have slightly less rebuilding to take care of. Let's keep the ball rolling on that. We are cutting it a little close here. We want to make sure we hit Green Echo before that next incursion triggers. That is not the right party. Gaia, Valen, come on. Honestly, kids these days trying to worm their way into dangerous expeditions to certain death just because they can walk a little faster than their elders. One more enemy upgrade incoming, too. Oh, that is rough. Plus damage on Mushrocks, Double Slinger, plus Hobble on Father Fungus. I guess we'll block double slingers. We'll just have to deal with the other two. And here we go. Encampment. They're like soldiers. Wonder why they're out here under the open sky. Looks like they're on the move. You think it's the folks from Barrowdale? Yes, and we have little choice but to get in their way. Could be a grim encounter. Could have been me down there. All those years ago. Initial spread seems pretty tame, honestly. Ah, but all crammed into a tiny room with our party. Gotcha. No luck on the Thunderstomp. Which is fine, honestly. Thunderstomp's nice, but it is wildly unreliable. It's more of just kind of a, if it works, it's a nice bonus sort of thing. Lead the turn with it, see if you stun anyone. And then plan around that accordingly. As an added bonus, getting Nolan right into the mix like this then makes it easier for us to really leverage that buff aura he's got going on. Uh-oh, this is not ideal. Hey, okay, nice, nice. Still worked out for us. Room's clear. Group up on the door. We'll breach next round once everyone's actions are reset. We really need to bump up those defenses. I'm just realizing how fragile everyone other than Aaron is. That is not ideal going into Act 3. Speaker of the Deaths. The priestess stands tall and stares, her silver eyes aglow. Her small army clangs their weapons and moans and mutters. She's important. She's far down her path. You come and interfere with the will of the prophet, sun lovers. You murder his disciples. You debauch the soil. You turn your faces from what is stone. The priest's voice is smooth, sonorous, deep. It vibrates in the bones of all who listen. Here and now, I forbid you from ever descending. You'll never know the warmth that lies below. She tosses a small flask upon the embers of her fire. It shatters among the coals. A flood of shadows jets up, drowning the sun. Acolytes, those who have been awakened to the deep truth, extinguish these star-led murderers. We take her down. It's over. In we go. Hey, nice to see you two actually agreeing on something for once. Good luck. Speaker of the Deaths. Charismatic and clever, she stands upright and raises a songful voice. Her very presence seems to fortify her underlings. Kill the speaker. Deepists will keep coming. This is a deceptively dangerous fight. These are mostly familiar threats, ones that we know we can handle, but with the added wrinkle of the speaker lurking in the background, buffing everyone up. So they are actually slightly more dangerous than we're used to. That's actually a big part of the deepest strategy, especially as you get to the mid and late game. They've got a lot of rank-and-file mook units, a lot of these expendable guys, like the Warriors, the Slingers, the Chosen, the Horn Children. And they are very manageable on their own, but then you add in the wrinkles as you get further in, like the Merc Mothers, the Speakers being ranged strikers who also buff nearby allies, or the Father Fungus with his healing. Or, I forget what they're called, but there's also defense units later who will make nearby allies invulnerable. So you have to take them out first. But that's the sort of thing that can quickly complicate a fight. you run into pockets of what, at a glance, looks like a manageable group of enemies, but in reality, the buffs, the healing, the ranged striker hiding in back, ends up turning it into a deceptively lethal encounter. And as always, all it takes is one bad turn in this game, and suddenly you're down one or more heroes. And as I've said before, this is definitely one of those games where once you start losing momentum, it is really hard to get it back. It is very easy to fall into a death spiral if you're not careful. Okay, we should be able to hit the speaker next round. Just got to get these guys out of the way. Thunderstomp? Nope. That will be slightly more effective once his other leg transforms. We need Aaron on point. Preferably invulnerable. Let's clear that guy on our back. Oh, shoot. Nope, that wasn't a good one to take. I was thinking we could shoot over or through the bush. Obviously not the case. Alright, we'll just have to deal. Oh boy, yeah, those speakers are bad news. Nolan's at half health. We really need to wrap this up. But yeah, you can really see how those speakers are game changers. That mass attack of theirs is low damage, but it shreds armor, which makes your characters much more vulnerable to the endless hordes of mook units that the deepest tend to field. You know what, we'll go full bore on the speaker. Once she's out, the fight's over. And with her first line of defense dispatched, I think we've got this. And thus it ends. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. Crow Feather Cloak. Stylish. What is that? Plus warding? Oh, wow. Yeah, that looks great. Uncertain world. The speaker falls, and her army stills. They make no cries. Then their voices low and groan like cattle, and they scatter. Their thumping feet fade into the hills. Yvreth douses the fire, but the shrouds linger overhead. She's dead. I was hoping we'd be able to get answers from her. Carnage and smoke reek around them. Too many wasted lives. Trying to be rid of their misery, they made the same bargain I made, only no one was there to save them. They were as good as gone when they woke from their oaths. We need to find a way to stop it. Either we pull evil out by its roots, or bring every cavern down over their heads. What? You have answers? I'd love to hear them. And Chapter 2 comes to an uncertain close, but we do get 11 years of peace. Which, on the one hand, is great for the world, but on the other hand is not great for Random. Would have been nice to get some closure for him, but that's just how it goes sometimes, you know? Especially for the more martial classes. Some minor nerfs on the Woken Fighters. I was hoping for more, but we'll take it. And during the years of peace, Valen was drawn back to Warflume Grove when everything started to feel stilted and forced in real life. The place had a lightness that seeped into his scalp and let him sleep soundly at last. Hey, old Jasper Mill's up and running again. Where I grew up, you could see the mill's sails from anywhere in the valley. It was a kind of home star. Now that the job wasn't quite as dangerous, Nolan became a guide to travelers, crossing the more treacherous stretches of swamp and mountain. Unconvinced that the threat was gone for good, Yvreth continued to train relentlessly. The first harvest from the fields around Kermore Threshery was a little off. The grain was moldy, but cattle were drawn to it, and would break fences to move around the discarded piles and bellow in musical tones. What, do we have Myron around here somewhere? Pretty sure that's how you make jet. Peace survived for a precious while, guarded by those who walked the hills and roads. But towns continued to tense and shrink, homes lost their families, and all manner of things were found abandoned. Where were the people going? There was an answer no one voiced. For all, in those years, it was like waiting below decks on a voyage to anywhere. Who can weigh the ballast of so many troubled hearts? They rode the sea of uncertain times as best they could. Then that misty morning rose. RandomPassrby didn't open his eyes. By night he was interred. The grief would last, but so would the fondness, gratitude, and love. Rest in peace, buddy. RandomPassrby is no longer in your company. He'll go into your legacy and may play a part in future stories. Maybe he sensed those would be his last years with the company. Random changed a little. He developed a fond, silent smile, one that sprouted upon his face for seemingly no reason at all, stunning even him. At the same time, he began to pass on his knowledge, and became the favorite mentor to many a shy younger man. Who benefited most from Random's lessons? Well, that is an interesting question, because narratively, I feel like it would be Yvreth, but logically it really needs to be Gaia. Gaia is only level 1, Yvreth is level 3. And now they're both level 3. Fantastic. Let's see what we've got here. I don't know. Upgrading Blood Rage really doesn't feel like it's worth it. But Battle Dance could be useful. And then we're still not upgrading Blood Rage. Thanks, but no thanks. Wolf Call would be thematically appropriate, but Broad Swipes is just a much more practical ability. There's no point in getting an ability that buffs after a kill until we're sure we can actually get kills. No, we have to lay a foundation first. We will pass on turning Valen's arm into a giant chunk of rock. Oh my goodness. And yes, I think we'll pass on this as well. I mean, look, if Aaron loses a limb and it grows back weird, that's fine, that's one thing. But I am not going to inflict that level of body horror on him by choice. Seriously, that is a nightmare. This, however, this we will absolutely take. That is the best possible thing that he could have gotten. I mean, only 2 options left anyway, but that'll really boost the power of his lightning damage. And that's it. Just need to do our gear upgrades real quick, and then we're into Chapter 3. And once again, we are inherently limited by our lack of ingots and spell threads. That is unfortunate. The RNG is being a bit cruel when it comes to our upgrade fodder. That said, I've actually got a bit of a surprise for y'all. I am in fact running with an early copy of the Armor and Skins DLC, not due out for another week or so, I think. Special thanks to the devs for tossing me an early copy. But yeah, now we have way more options when it comes to kitting our characters out with much more granular armor options. And my goodness, there's a ton of new options now. It honestly sounded kind of underwhelming when I was first glancing over the description for the DLC. But actually sitting here and looking at it, the volume of new armor options, both visually and mechanically, is actually a little overwhelming, because I got so used in part to only really having like the 4 main options. I mean, technically, really only 2. You had 2 basic armor sets for each character, and then 1 advanced version of each of those 2 basics. But now we have all sorts of new ways that we can specialize or cater to very specific builds. I'm already seeing a couple of strong possibilities here. With that in mind, let's hit the pause button real quick. I will parcel out our meager resources, make a few select upgrades. Hopefully we can grab at least 2 or 3 new sets of armor just to put this stuff through its paces. And we will be right back. And we're back. As expected, ingots and spellthread did end up being our choke points, but we still had enough to get a couple of really nice upgrades in place. Most notably this, the Scoth armor set. Light on actual armor, but it boosts speed and it boosts dodge to a huge degree. Pretty much a perfect fit for any dodge-based warrior. Someone wielding a great spear, for example. We also tagged in a nice, easy upgrade on Bunny's staff. And we picked up Tier 2 Elkinshawn armor for Nolan, because we are going all in on trying to boost his lightning damage. Elkinshawn, again, pretty light on actual armor, but that's an extra +1 on all of his lightning damage. Plus, he's sporting an all-new cosmetic style there, courtesy of the Armor and Skins DLC. And that's pretty much it. That's all we could afford, so let's get back to it. The night went normally for Nolan, who snuffed his candle at 9. Found his bed and tricked himself to sleep. Nolan! Duckhead, wake up! You in there? Knock, knock, knock. The morning wasn't quite as routine. Knock, 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 knock. All right, I'm awake. Getting too old for this. They came from all over. Your breath's making a stand by the well. House, you can burn down if you like. I'll be away a long time. The shadows deepen. Looks like the Deepists are on their revenge tour. Oh, got a new speaker and everything. Good for them. Not great for us, but, you know, good for them. And the gang's all here. Cool. We have our entire party. Though they are scattershot all over the map. That is not ideal. Let's start moving to regroup. Obviously, we don't want anyone soloing if they don't have to. We'll have Aaron take these two out. That seems simple enough. That'll also make him invulnerable, so he can then hold the mush rocks. Let's clear this guy. I was really hoping for heavier damage output on Nolan. Though, I don't think he actually has the lightning boosting perk yet. I don't think that's popped up during any of our level ups thus far. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. Let's have your breath and Valen fall back. Soften this guy up for Aaron. Or not. Turns out we didn't need it anyway. Getting some good mileage out of those storm bracers. We need to be extra careful with Valen. We haven't really done anything to buff him up just yet. Oh. That's no good. We're already feeling some pressure here. Let's get Nolan front and center. No, behind cover. No reason to stick him out in the open if we don't have to. Okay, now Gaia, let's see if we can bust you out. In fact, yeah, we'll just, we'll forego attacking and just sprint for cover. Oh, good thing, too. Speaker's right there. Let's get Bunny into the fray. She'll lay down some cover fire. By literally covering someone in fire. Can we actually drop the mush rocks? That would be super great. Trim armor. Nice, nice. And double hit. Fantastic. Alright, our backs and flanks are clear. It's just the guys in front of us. Speaking of which... and here they come. Fingers crossed. Nice. Oh, crud. We've got our first chastise. Alright, let's buy ourselves some breathing room. Hug cover. You won't stump me. That's two. Right, I should have had Nolan move up first. Calculating. That's 3. And 4. Nope. Sorry, Aaron. Need to borrow this. That's 4. Prep for incoming. And cover Urkel bits. Plus more cover fire. Chastised incoming. Speaker 2. That wasn't too bad. Mushrocks and Merkmother incoming. No line of sight yet, so let's rush these two while we have the chance. Oof, they're both pretty hard targets. Hey, okay. Chastise stunned. Focus fire on the speaker. Oh, so close. One more love tap should do it. Blew out the speaker. And Chastise is half down. Fantastic. Oh shoot, but we have another Chastised incoming. That was not great. That hurt. Nolan and Valen both in the danger zone. Aaron hobbled. Okay, we are in real danger of being overwhelmed here. We need to push back. Chastised out. Aaron cannot reach the Chosen. Unless we move that fire. There we go. Chosen out, Aaron invulnerable. Let's hammer the mush rocks. Arrow might not do it. Let's go for a backstab. Excellent. Nicely done, Valen. Now the other chastised. Stun, please. Of course not. No, Urkelbits, his bones. Oh, shit. Ah! With a hit, Nolan knows he can't keep fighting. But he steals a last bit of strength to drag himself to safety. Go! I'll keep him busy! Well, gosh darn it. Man, I mean, crap. Okay, he didn't lose any limbs, though in his case that would actually be a best case scenario. I really hope that didn't saddle him with a permanent debuff. We've got to be more careful. They are fielding a whole lot more heavy hitters now. Forgot, Valen has Hurlaxes. Merc Mother out. Trim armor. Nice, nice. Fantastic. Thank you, your breath. Man, that got tense for a second. Spare poison. We really, honestly don't need that. But what we do need is Spell Thread, so we'll go ahead and trash it. And Nolan gains a well-deserved level up, which gives us access to Feedback Loop. That's interesting. Essentially the magical equivalent of Blood Rage. I feel like that's just too circumstantial. I'm not a fan. I do wonder about this one, though. Piercing shots. I wonder if that would actually pierce warding, because that is his biggest weakness right now. Though, given what we just saw, I think this might be our best option short term. Nolan is lightning in a bottle. We really need to temper that glass. Bitter Dawn. The fire's worst here, but we can manage it. I'll cover the northern side of town. My house and up. I'll be west of the well. Your breath can take the other third. Sure. Morning is bitter and hot. The sky not yet light. Stars all swarmed with smoke. Bodies are found burned. Buildings gone to cinders. Others survive. They'll live alongside charred memories. Dawn will discover a changed world. Against chaos. A local shrine serves as a meeting place for hillfolk, farmers, and people of all kinds. It's away from the smoke. They convene there around twilight. The suffering's vast, bigger than this one town, bigger than us or our people. All through the day, travelers have come from other provinces, dark news on their tongues, all dismayed to see smoke over Gladville. Terror and ruin have erupted everywhere. Bridges destroyed, passes collapsed, innocents being harried, made homeless or worse. Could be we've had the wrong approach from the start. What are you on about? Think about all we've done to this point. The fights, the tasks, the journeys. It's all been reactive, hasn't it? Trying to fix what they've already broke. I see your point, but if we're meant to hit them, we need a target first, don't we? Most we've ever found are small dens. Maybe it's not about hitting them at all, not directly. Maybe it's about loosening their grip on impressionable minds. I see. We have to look at what their goal seems to be. Swelling their own ranks. And we get in front of it. We foster hope, health, security. We build, we sow, we reinforce. Right. They prey upon weakened communities, so we make the communities strong. That way, they either wane to nothing like a flame on a burnt black bough, or they have to fight us. They have to come out and face us head on. Their conversations continue long into the night, but by the time the stars fade, a plan is freshly born. Oh, wow. Oh, okay, no, that's from the new armor, right. Just a quirk of the new DLC, I'm guessing. Oh, come on. The chastised were already bad enough, but now they're even stronger. Yeah, we might be in trouble here, but it is what it is. And Nolan needs some downtime, so I guess Valen is tagged in for the short term. Did you actually take any permanent damage? Crud, you did. Lasting wound, -2 to max health for the rest of this campaign. That is unfortunate. Doubly unfortunate, too, because that means if he gets knocked out again in Chapter 3, he will die. Oh, they also smashed up all our bridges and stuff. Well, that's just annoying. Oh, I see. They also took over select tiles, including all of our normal recruitment zones. Interesting. So this is a very different victory condition than normal. We have to rebuild bridges and passes, repair all the towns, and re-secure all the territory we had already previously taken. Right. Okay. Well, you know what? We are pretty much at time anyway, so let's hit the pause button for now. I'll figure out a game plan here. And we will pick up here next time, as we start doing some serious damage control. And Lucky Valen looks like he gets to tag along, at least for a short while. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Revenant, Alois, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, ErieV23, EgonAlter, Emile, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Rowan Church, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.